Good afternoon, Bob Dalton coming to you from Allendale's trading floor here in McHenry, Illinois. It is Monday, June 18th, 2012, and quite an exciting Monday it was, as we had lots to deal with, weather being the primary driver on today's grain markets. You also have the occurrences of Greece over the weekend, them electing a new leadership over there. The new Democratic Party won, so apparently Greece is going to stick to the euro, and for whatever reason they decided to sell off the dollar in the overnight off of that news. I still can't figure out how that's bearish the dollar, but that's how we started the night last night. Dollar was lower, crude was a little bit higher, and the grains were actually stronger. By the time I sat down in the desk this morning, about 7:30 this morning here at the office, the dollar had reversed itself. It was then higher. You saw crude oil pulling back, but the grains were still stronger. So the outside market's not really giving too much feel for what to believe the grains were going to do once the pits opened up here this morning. What ended up happening was we saw a disregard for the rains that came through the Midwest over the weekend, and there was more attention being focused on the forward thought on the forecast, which is right now hotter and drier. It was a lot hotter and a lot drier on last night's forecast. It was somewhat hotter and somewhat drier on this morning's forecast. And when the midday came out, and I read John D's midday weather research, he was saying that it's not going to be severely hot in the forward-looking temperature forecast. There is going to be some rain. Right? It's going to be above average temperatures, but it's not going to be scorching temperatures. So that's what I took away from the midday today. I think many others did as well. After those midday reports started coming out, we saw corn fall sharply off of its highs, only to regain some of its strength. All right, so right now this is a corn deal. And those of you who subscribe to our research and those of you who watch our Monday research meetings, you will see and hear Rich Nelson explain exactly that to you. All right, corn yield anticipation is going to drive this market either up or down. They put rain in the forecast, we're probably going to go down. They put hot temperatures and drought conditions in the forecast, the prices are going to go up. It's plain and simple. Outside markets right now, macro markets, although they are at some key turning points in their technical future, probably near future, I don't know how much faith I put into those right now. So let's get into where we closed up today. December corn. We finished up 29.5 at 535.5. We had 539.25 as a high. We have resistance at 540 in that December corn contract. November soybeans up 25.5 today, 1339.5 as the electronics trade right now. The high has been 1340, so we're just below that high. 1340 is resistance. Wheat, July Chicago wheat at 699.75, up 20.25 on the day. Actually, that's an incorrect quote. I got 634, resistance at 645. So keep an eye on that 645 area. That is an incorrect final trade on July wheat. We did test the 50-day moving average up at that high today, that 634. Just about stopped on a dime right there. Over to crude oil, down 74 cents at the close of the pits today at 83.59. It's actually trading in the electronics a little bit lower than that right now. You have a key area at the 81.40 price point. If we can take that out, that's going to be a key reversal on the charts. If we can close up above there, that's great. Watch out for crude oil. If it takes out that 81.40, we're going to be higher. If it stays below that 81.40, we're probably going to see a continued trend to the downside. The dollar right now at 82.22, up 25 at 82.36, being your key resistance on that market. If we can take out that 82.36, we could see the dollar strengthen up. What would that mean? The possibility of a pullback in our commodities. Not if there's drought and heat in the forecast, of course, but watch that dollar and watch the influence that it could have if the bulls run out of steam here to the upside on weather. Over into the livestock, we had hogs up 252.5 today. That was a new high for the move. 95.55 is where the electronics are trading right now. Our next resistance in that July hog market is 96.50. So keep an eye on that. We get a close up above 96.50. That's going to look really good. And who knows? We may make a run for 100. This is the seasonal time of the year where you will see hog supplies as tight as they're going to be. So this is about the time of the year you see the prices on the market move to the upside. We recommend getting hedges done in the more deferred contracts at this time. Cattle, front month June, 117 is where the electronics sit right now. We're up 85 on the day. That is near the bottom end of the range that we've seen in that June contract since the end of May. 120 is significant resistance. There is a retracement line, 50% retracement from the highs right there at 120. Close above 120 is going to look really good in those June cattle as well. However, we have some cash issues out there right now. Rather than the cash market pulling back the futures last week, it was more of the futures pulling back the cash market. So stay tuned to Allendale for updates on what to expect going forward. If you need to market grains, now's a great time to start talking to us if you haven't done anything. There's been a lot of guys out there who've been sitting on their hands and really haven't done too much, waiting for $7 corn, so to say. Well, now's a great time to start talking to us, see what the possibilities of getting that corn back up closer to 6 for starters, and consult with a broker over here as to what we're advising our clients to do off of these weather rallies as well as pullbacks. If you have any questions, feel free to call us here at Allendale. The phone number is 800-262-7538, or you can visit us on the web at www.allendale-inc.com. My name again is Bob Dalton. Thanks for tuning in today, and good luck trading this week.